So good morning, ladies. As you are joining us for today's interview, let us know, comment in the Facebook group and say hello so we know you're here. And this is going to be another enlightening and inspiring interview. So this interview is being recorded for my podcast. So we're going to go straight through. We are going to do another amazing interview with another one of my extremely vibrant and powerful women entrepreneur clients. And I am very, very excited to interview her. We've worked in more than one way together. And so I want to really announce to you and welcome our next client success interview, Kadidja Yansane. So good morning, Kadidja.
Hey, Yolanda. Hi, everyone.
So happy to have you here. So please tell us who you are and what you do in your business.
Yes, like you said, I'm Kadidja Yansane. I'm a business coach. I'm the founder of bloomintoyou.com, and I work with amazing coaches and service-based entrepreneurs who are struggling with their visibility and marketing. And I help them to get paid and to get more paying clients so they can feel like they're living their soul's calling. So many people tell me how the work that they do feels like their purpose and they want it to be meaningful. And I help them with things like nurturing a mindset so that they can feel more empowered in their visibility. We work on refining their niche so they can communicate what they do, how to price and package their offerings, how to build a community like Yolanda has so that they always have people to share their services with. And it is incredibly meaningful for me.
Amazing. That's beautiful. Yeah, and I see you. I see you online. I work with you and you have such a vibrant, positive energy, and I'm sure it really empowers your clients. So just tell us some more about some of the work that you do with your clients and some examples of things that you are able to help your clients do.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. And I'm glad that it shows because I love what I do. I feel like it's truly a gift. And I'll start with that. I never would have expected that I would be a business coach. I started off as a general life coach and was helping clients with different things. So, empty nesters or someone was trying to manifest a relationship. And one of the first things I did to market my business was to lead in-person women's circles. And time after time, I would get on a discovery call with someone. And sometimes at that time I did them in person. And person after person kept asking me to help them get paying clients. And so that's how I became a business coach, because I was like, well, I don't see why not. And I feel like it's still women's empowerment, which is what I was calling myself at the time, a women's empowerment coach. And I know you know this as a money coach, that a lot of it is around empowerment. So some of the things I help my clients with is, visibility. It can be a stretch for a lot of the people that I work with to put themselves out there, or maybe they're already putting themselves out there, but there's a way that their foot's still on the brake. So maybe they're afraid to use their personal page, or they're afraid to use LinkedIn because they're worried about maybe what their family's going to say or their job. And that kind of stops their earning because they're not as visible as they need to be. A lot of people, I just did a training yesterday, feel like they don't like marketing, or they feel like they're, calling forth too much attention to themselves. And that's an uncomfortable thing that they have to. So part of it is just learning the skills of marketing. And then part of it is really being willing to stand and own the expertise that you have. And just even using the word expert, I find with a lot of my clients, like it's hard for them to own that because maybe they just are doing something so natural to them that it's easy and they take it for granted. So it's like when I think about what you helped me with, it's like, it's, maybe finance and money is easy and natural to you and fun to you. So you're really able to help your clients with that, where they might feel like overwhelmed, like, I don't know where to begin. And so just really taking the next courageous action towards their dream so they can work with the clients that they love. Because usually what happens is, like, I think you start off with this great business idea and then you're like, oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to work with people. And then once you get in the process of taking the steps, all of your stuff comes up of like, am I good enough? Are people are going to buy this? What if they think I'm charging too much? I don't want to come across as salesy and pushy. What if they think I'm annoying or irritating? So all of that comes up in the bag, and we get to address it and heal it. So it's also incredibly exciting, I think.
It sounds exciting. And it's, everything you said is so true. I went through all those things, and that is so true. It's like, I remember the first time I said I had a business, and I sent something to my LinkedIn contacts, and I felt so nervous and so like, oh my God, they're going to think I'm so aggressive. And it was just like, and it's so amazing that you help women to move past that, because we put so many blocks in our own way.
Absolutely.
And that you help them open up, because that's the only way they're going to have the business that they want, and the life that they want, and the money that they want. So that's incredibly wonderful that you do that work, and you do not come across as salesy and all of that. So I know you're able to help your clients do that too.
Thank you. Well, it's so interesting because just when I hear you say when you went on LinkedIn, you were feeling so nervous, I often say that the people who worry about being salesy and pushy are often the people who are the least salesy and pushy. Like they're so worried about respecting other people's boundaries, and they actually could afford to lean in more and be more direct and share their services. And, if you think about a brick and mortar business, they're open Monday through Sunday. And so for many of us who are, sharing our services online, you're also like the online space is your brick and mortar business. So you showing up online is a way to say, hey, I'm open for business.
Fantastic. I love that. You're empowering them on so many levels. Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, and that's so important, and that's really, really valuable work. And yeah, that's beautiful. It's really, really inspiring.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah. And so Kadidja, tell me, and tell us what transformation, we work together, and
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that, and in more than one way. So what transformation has happened in your business and life since we worked together? We worked together in a business set up VIP half-day intensive. And
Yeah.
we also worked at the Maximize Your Money 3-day virtual boot camp for women entrepreneurs. And so what transformations did you get from either one? Which would you like to start with?
Sure. So why don't we start with the VIP day? So I
Okay.
saw you had a post on social media, which illustrates my point that if you can have a post on social media, I wouldn't have seen it. And I wouldn't say that I was actively looking for that service at the time, but when I read your post, I felt like you were talking to me. And I've been working as a sole proprietor and filing as a sole proprietor. And then when you said things like you want to make sure that your business is set up right. And so I feel like it was something in the back of my mind. And then when I saw your post, because you were being visible in a non-salesy way, it aligned with me. And that's why I decided to book the session with you. And even actually when I spoke to you too, it became really clear just through the questions that you asked me, and just what has transformed for me since doing the VIP day with you. Number one was just being able to allocate however many hours, I don't know if it's 3.5 or 4 hours, to going through my business setup. And you can make up in your mind. I may have even said that to you, like, well, I can do this myself. And so, yes, technically, you're a smart person. You can do things yourself, but you always want to ask yourself the question, like, well, if I can do it myself and I haven't done it, then maybe I probably need support. So what was so amazing is that just within a short half VIP day, I was able to set up so many things. And so just things that I hadn't thought about. So just even beginning the process of separating my finances, my personal finances from my business finances, setting up my business checking account and savings account, getting a business credit card, which I love having because I love that it's not adding to my personal credit card usage if I'm trying to keep that under 30%. So that is really, really awesome. And I wasn't thinking about that. And so I just felt more empowered, more professional. And then just even separating the phone number, having a business line versus using my personal line for everything. And then just, setting me up with resources. You know, I went to your 3-day retreat as well. Well, first of all, I just want to share, I called you initially. So I saw your post and I felt like I need that. And then I was in a training with my business coach. And one of the things she was recommending is that, you know, getting help with your finances. And so I took action right away. And then that's when I reached out to you. And then being a part of your 3-day retreat, and I was thinking that I wanted a CPA who works with entrepreneurs, and then you had a great referral for that. So it just feels really good to feel buttoned up and feel like you don't have to worry about it. And just even the process of setting up the LLC, I feel like there's so many details. And that you did the research ahead of time and you knew how to navigate it, which made it easy for me rather than, you know, there's some people you can get overwhelmed with things. And so I know that that would have been something that would have been overwhelming for me to do on my own. And it'd be easy to give up if you're just like, there's a lot of stuff to read through. And are you clicking the right thing? Are you submitting the right thing? So that felt incredible to complete that process with you. So thank you.
My pleasure, my pleasure. And I remember our discovery call. I remember there was that moment when you said to me, you said, well, couldn't I just do this myself? And I was like, you know what? She could. I said, yeah, you can. You definitely can. You know, but you know, you opted for, you saw where you wanted some more support. You opted for, let me get this done faster, right? Because that's one of the things, that's where support, it makes the difference. Something that will stop you and stop you and stop you from taking more control of your money because you don't understand it or there's so many details, and you could get the support, and you did, to accelerate you. And I have seen you, we were talking about before that, you know, we were talking about both of us, and I'm on fire. You are on fire with your finances. I'm like, I have seen you make so many strides with your finances. Like, you have so much momentum now. And it came from making that decision to get that support, get that big piece in place. And it has seemed like it has really helped you to be so much more confident and empowered with your money.
It has indeed. And I think I want to add to the thing about the support is that it's true that you could do things yourself, but I think that everyone has like a pattern that's hard to break. You know what I mean? So it's like most people know that, like, oh, I might want to stay away from these foods. I might want to drink more water. I might want to exercise this amount of times a week. And you know that.
Right.
You're a smart human being, you probably know what to do, but it's probably difficult to do it because you've created momentum in another direction. And I think part of what working with you or working with someone that can help you have change in that is it takes, what do they say, at least 21 days to build a new habit. And so it's like, if your habit has been of like, I'm sitting on the couch, when you have that extra support to say, hey, come on, let's go, let's carve out time for these 4 hours and we're going to do it now, it absolutely speeds everything up. And something that you felt like could take so long, it was done in 4 hours.
I know, it was amazing. And the thing too is like the accountability. Like, it's that thing of when you keep saying, I'm going to do it myself, and you're not doing it for whatever reason, you have no real deadline, you have no real accountability, you have no one to say, hey, I didn't do this, and you don't have the push. You get you invest in the support, and you get that push, you get that accountability, you get a structure, and you get someone to hold your hand, right? Because that's one of the things I love helping my clients, and I loved helping you go through the steps. And you got to do it, and you learned how to do it through our work. And now you know how to do it next time. If you have another business you want to start, another LLC, now you know what to do. And yeah, so you've been empowered in multiple ways. And it's really, really exciting to me to see that. So,
well, I know that we had a follow-up call. And then I think I pushed it back because I needed a little bit more time. But just having what you said, just having that date, I'm like, I'm gonna have to get back on the phone with Yolanda. She's gonna be like, so how are things going? And so, you know, it's interesting because sometimes it's easy to want something, but then you can resist the accountability. But it's actually getting the accountability is you saying, I really want this vision to unfold. And so it's you saying yes to yourself by getting the support.
Yep, that's so true. You're right. And we all know, like you were saying, you know your habits, you know yourself, you know if you will do it, you know if you won't.
Right.
And it's like face the truth time. Like, what do I need here? Do I need to invest? Get some help with this because I just keep putting it off, right? So, and the money is worth it, right? The investment is worth it, and what it leads to for you and how it allows you to build more wealth and build your business is so worth it. So and I wanted to know if you could share some more about what you got out of the boot camp, the 3-day Maximize Your Money virtual boot camp for women entrepreneurs.
Yeah, so I did the boot camp in December, and I felt like I signed up because I wanted to maximize my money for 2021. And truthfully, even though I signed up, I told Yolanda, would it be okay? I might not be there all 3 days because, I have two small children, a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old, and I did not miss a session. So I was intending to attend a couple of sessions. However, I got there and I was just like, this is really important because it's like I'm active. I have two small children. I have clients. I'm doing all the things that I'm doing for my business. And 3 days felt like, I'm like, wow, that's 3 days. How am I going to take out time? And I might have some mom's guilt for being away from them. But I felt like as soon as I was there, I knew that I needed to sit down and be there all 3 days. It was really fun. And just to be able to carve out the time, because many of us have this story of like, I don't have the time. And like this, she's creating the space for you to actually carve out the time and to do the work in real time with the handouts and the workbooks and to connect with the other people. So it just really showed me again that what you put attention on is what grows. So if you put attention on organizing your finances and things that I don't, you went over so many things like business insurance and life insurance, like things that I feel like are important to not only think about but take action on. It's like it just made me feel just even more empowered as a parent about like, okay, what if something did happen to me? Like, what would I want to do? And so coming back to regular setting dates, setting money dates to times to really look at my finances, looking at what are all the business expenses that I'm not utilizing. So for me, one of those was I had the Zoom cloud coverage, which I'm like, oh, I don't really need that anymore. And so where can I trim back so that I can maximize my money? And so like going back and looking at all the things that I'm spending reoccurring on a monthly basis, like, do I still need them? Because sometimes you're like, oh, I might use them at one time. And then it's just like, do I really need to spend $50 a month for this? And so really taking the time to have that awareness was and just also uncovering the money beliefs. So that was really helpful for me to spend time thinking about that and how do I want to be as an empowered female entrepreneur with my money, and then just even having different channels, different containers in different places, streams for where money can come is incredibly exciting.
Yes. And it was fantastic having you in the boot camp. And yeah, you were there every session. And the thing about, the session, you got to ask questions. You had a lot of great questions. And that's the thing about, being there live, you get to ask the questions. Like, and as you're learning, you don't have to sit there, go, what does she mean? Or do I I need to look this up? And you took a lot of action during the event. You were like you were doing I won't go into detail because it's your personal finances, but you were like, you did this, you did that. I'm like, yes, like this is the idea. You're empowered to do these things. And I loved that you said, oh, your children, yeah, we got to see, we got to see them. It was nice. She's had lovely children on the Zoom. It was so cute. And and so I'm so glad you got so much out of it and that you showed up each day. And there's so many different aspects to your finances, and you can hear stuff and you read stuff, right? You can, you see the post or you read something, but it doesn't really get across unless someone can really help you understand what is the value of this and why is it so important for you and what impact positively and negatively can it have on you. So that's what, we were able to do in the boot camp.
Yeah, and it was really helpful to just the the space that you created for entrepreneurs to share authentically about their relationship to money, and where they're fearful around being more successful or making more, and just being able to set money around boundaries. Because I know one thing, just even exploring the fear of like, if I make more money, what does that mean? And feeling empowered that you can set boundaries around that, I felt like was really powerful. And just even during the breaks, people being like, I just set up my savings account, and just learning about new places where you can save, where the interest rate is a little bit higher, was really awesome, Yolanda. It was really awesome. I highly recommend it. And it's the start of the year. So to come into the year with creating new habits around money, and just even, what are the expenses that I have on a recurring basis, like in my business. So I'm not at tax time being like, I think I use this, I think I use that, but that it's all in one place. And so my year for the year is organized, and it's in a lot of ways, but I think that financial organization is up there is a part of that overall organization.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
So, and I want to say too, I like to do how, because you were sharing your screen sharing sometimes. So just even seeing how you label your files for your finances was helpful for me, so that it's like, you don't just have one folder, how you could do that in your computer, your email. So it's like, so you can easily, in an orderly fashion, find what you need. So if your tax person's like, I need this, it's just all right there. And it reduces stress, it reduces anxiety and overwhelm by taking these small steps on a regular, consistent basis.
Yeah, and it saves you so much time, right? Yeah. And so given all the lessons that you've learned so far, what's the number one tip or piece of advice you can give to our women entrepreneurs that will help them grow their business and finances this year?
I'm like, number one, I'm like, okay. Well,
you got more than one, you can share it.
So one, I would say, is to be really clear about how much money you want to make. And so I work with a lot of coaches. So it's like, how much money do you want to make? And does your pricing and what you're offering allow you to reach your income goal? So I would say clarity of vision. How much do you want to make, and what do you want to do with that? And so it's like, if you don't have a really strong, compelling why for why you want to make the money, as soon as you hit a bump in the road, it's going to be easy to give up and not stay the course. And I think get support around money and doing the mindset work. So like, what beliefs are you having around money that like you're going to be considered greedy? Are people going to think that you've changed if you make money? And do active work to see if the mindset beliefs that you have are actually supporting you or not. And I would also say, take advantage of a retreat like this, where you can spend 3 days with an expert, a professional that's going to give you resources and tools that you might not be aware of because it's not your expertise, that can help you, I want to say, maximize your money.
So maximize that money in all the areas. Yeah, definitely. Fantastic. So Kadidja, where can we find you, and how can we connect with you? If someone wants to work with you, how can they connect with you?
Sure, I'm all over social media. I have a Facebook group here on Facebook. It's called Women Coaches in Bloom. So I do regular trainings in there to grow your practice. And I have a free masterclass. It's called the Client Creation Queen Masterclass. And you can find that at manifestclientsnow.com/3 secrets, 3 secrets. And that will give you my 9-step client creation process. And I look forward to connecting with you. And thank you so much, Yolanda, for all of your support around this money journey. And I hope you guys attend the retreat. You won't regret it. It's going to be such a worthwhile investment of time, energy, and money that it's going to go beyond the 3 days. So.
Yep, it definitely will, because one of the main things is that you're going to get your plan for the next quarter. The ladies, everyone had their plan. This is what I'm going to work on for 2021. to start it strong. And now we're in it. We're in our second month, right? So like if you are, if you've been in January and you're like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this. And you're like, okay, February's here. I'm not doing this, or I would like to improve this, or I want to get some help with this. Well, guess what? This is your opportunity, ladies. So this is your opportunity. So I am doing the Maximize Your Money 3-day virtual boot camp for women entrepreneurs. Once again, February 19th through 21st. And it's going to be 3 days of mindset and money management support. Coaching, you're going to get coaching from me. Like I said, you get to ask your questions. Kadidja took advantage of it. It was fantastic. She got her questions answered. You're going to get resources. You're going to have a wonderful environment, a safe space, and with other women entrepreneurs who are positive and ambitious and who are really fired up to get their money in order. And so it's going to be a wonderful opportunity. Like Kadidja said, if you're a mom, all of us are busy. And this is a time for you to stop, pause, make some space to finally focus on your finances or focus on it in a more comprehensive way and get some support and encouragement from other women and from myself. And so right now I'm doing early bird registration, ladies. And again, Kadidja was one of the money maximizing women, and she made sure she got her ticket during the time when it was the lowest.
That's
and
the way
so
to maximize your money.
That's right. It is. I mean, you waste some money. I mean, not waste. No, let me take that back. No matter what, the full investment of the ticket price is worth it. Okay. But I would like to help you to come. So I am making it at a lower ticket price right now through Early Bird, where you can save on your ticket, 66%. So I'm going to share the link for you here in the Facebook group. I'm going to share it in the show notes. I'm also going to share Kadidja's contact information in our Facebook group and in the podcast show notes. So you will be able to contact her. She is also in my Maximize Your Money with Yolanda Ransom Facebook group. So you can just connect with her there, ladies. So if you have any questions, comments for her, you can post them here in this video. And again, I'm going to put her information in the show notes and mine as well. So I'm going to share the link for you. And like I said, it's going to be 3 days of an opportunity for you to get clear with your finances, clarify your vision, and have your strategy for this next quarter. We're going to go February, March, April, and get ready for taxes, like Kadidja was saying. If you're not, if you're new to business, or even if you've been in business for a little while, there are some things you need to know so you can make the most of getting ready for your taxes as easily as possible. So ladies, that is our interview for today. And Kadidja, I just wanted to return to you to see if there's anything else that you would like to add.
Yeah, that you're worthy of getting the help and support that you need to grow your business, maximize your finances. There's so much pulling on most people, whether it's family, work, and just to be able to have a retreat like this, or to have regular time to get poured into as much as you pour out is highly invaluable. So I hope you take advantage of it.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for being here, Kadidja. Thank you I'm so glad to have worked with you, and we shall again at some point. Yes. And I thank you for joining us for this interview series, ladies. And as always, I'm going to remind you to own your finances. So I will talk to you tomorrow again. Join us for our 5th interview in the series for yet another powerful woman entrepreneur who is maximizing her money. All right. And have an amazing day, ladies.
Bye, everyone. Thank you, Yolanda.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Kadidja.